What's up guys, Chris here from Signs of Life. Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we are going to be taking a look at Infiltrator 2. You guys know me, right? I love glitch percussion, I love beat manglers and sequencers. And it came as quite a surprise to me when I realized that I have not been paying enough attention to this plugin. Now that I've gotten my hands on Infiltrator 2, I'm happy to report that this plugin really is the real deal. The folks at Devious Machines have obviously put a lot of thought and care into how Infiltrator 2 works, and in version 2 they've added a bunch of new features that make it even better than the original. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys around Infiltrator 2 so you guys can use these techniques in your own productions, all right? If you want to grab a copy of Infiltrator 2, you can do so in the link down below in the description. If you want exclusive content for this channel, you can find that over on Patreon. That being said, let's get into it. Infiltrator 2. Let's check it out. What's up guys, Chris here from Signs of Life. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at Infiltrator 2. I'm going to show you two different ways that you can use Infiltrator 2, plus a bonus technique that I found using Stepic that really make this a super powerful plugin. I'm just super impressed. They added a bunch of new features inside of version 2. And yeah, it's a very usable plugin. And to be honest with you, I'm surprised that I went this long without it. So anyway, enough talking. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's make an ambient dub techno track. And while we do that, we're going to take a look at Infiltrator. So as always, I'm just going to up the tempo to somewhere around, I don't know, 125 to 130 for ambient dub techno. And then let's go ahead and pick a key. We'll go ahead and pick, I don't know, say G minor. That sounds good. And let's go ahead and grab a glitch percussion rack that I've made. This is just something that I put together with samples. And then we're going to grab a MIDI clip. Now this MIDI clip is going to just be something, it's one of the ones that I gave away on my Patreon. And it's just going to drive this drum rack down here full of samples. So here's what this sounds like. Nothing crazy. This is something that I just generated, I think with Stepic. Yeah, so that's doing that. Now let's add an instance of Infiltrator, okay? So enter the Infiltrator. Now, Infiltrator on the surface, I mean, it looks like, you know, it's like, what's going on here? Well, you kind of got to do a little digging to find out what it's all about. Now, in the front here, you have this MSEG, and this is just running. So if I just go ahead and just play that drum kit, you can hear it's kind of filtered out. Why is that? Because by default, it comes in with a low pass filter, all right? And the low pass filter, has some information on here that it's very important. These are the effects controls down here at the bottom. So if I lower this amount down, you can see this is like the range, if you will, the LFO range, right? Or the MSEG range. So now you can see we have full control over the cutoff, right? And it's just making noise, right? Let's go ahead and loop this. Okay. So when I lower this down, it's going to just lower the cutoff, right? Add some resonance. You can hear how this is working out. Now, how do we make this MSEG work for us? Well, what we can do is just increase this amount here. And as you can see, this is a bipolar modulation because it has this little arrow right here that's going in both directions. So we have bipolar modulation. You have all these modulation shapes up here. You can just hit random. You can dice it up. And now you can see, now we're getting a full on, like, you know, filter movement here, right? So it's moving. You can do like ramps. You can do this. The speed of this MSEG is right here. Okay, we can have it really fast or we can have it really slow. All right, so now we're just kind of ramping up. I like the random shape. That's kind of cool. Works well for percussion. All right, cool. So that's great. Well, what else can it do? Well, if you click on this one right here and you click on that, you can see that we have a whole like suite of effects here. Now you can imagine how crazy this can get when you start stacking all these effects. Now we haven't entered the sequence mode. We haven't done anything like that. This is just like, you literally have 10 slots of effects and you can stack those effects. That's Infiltrator 2 at its most basic. So instead of a low pass filter, we can use a band pass filter. And you hear our glitch percussion thing. Let's add a compressor, right? Add a drive. So now we're really driving this thing. But I mean, it sounds kind of weird, right? Because we're using a band pass filter, you know, but you can hear, you can make it more sound like glitch percussion up here. So this is good, right? You can use this in a variety of ways. Now, let's add another effect on top of this. Let's add we'll keep the band pass filter and we'll add a looper, which is like kind of like a beat repeater, if you will. So you can see right? So now we're kind of like, there you go. We're really kind of squashing these beats. Now, the reason why this sounds so thick with effects is because over here on the right-hand side, you can see that we have output controls. And I have a clean bass option. If you want to just like make the bass mono, that's pretty good. You can clean up the bass there, or lower the mix down. Now we get the original signal plus our mixed in signal. That sounded pretty good to me, right? I mean, it sounds kind of wild because our looper is up cranked. I mean, the speed, if I stop this for a second, you can see the speed is going all the way up to 128. Like that's 128, like beat repeat. It's pretty fast, right? This sounds cool. I like this. This is good. All right. Now, let's go ahead and play again. Let's add some more. Let's add a decimate. Ooh, that's dirty. Yeah. I like that. All right. We'll go ahead and add a random here. Maybe a sine wave. Ooh, yeah. That's cool. And you can go ahead and draw shapes in here. You can do whatever you want. Like Infiltrator 2, not only is it like useful, but this thing is a lot of fun, right? You can go crazy with this thing. We'll put like the FM in here. This is also nice. Like it's self-modulating itself. Oh my God, right? Good stuff. Now, that is Infiltrator 2 in sort of what I call just effect mode, right? It's like you can just stack all these effects up and just let it run. Now, what happens when you enter the sequence? Now, this is where it gets really interesting because you can let Infiltrator do its thing, right? But you can also say, well, here's the top row. This is what our first bandpass filter that we put on here. I can say it can happen every single time, but then the loop only happens on 2 and 4. And then decimate will happen on 3, and then it'll also happen with 1. So whatever happens in a vertical row, that's what's going to happen. And then the FM can go on 1 only. All right. So now when I hit play on this, and I'll lower the speed down. Let's lower the speed down to like 1 bar. No, actually, we'll go a little faster than that. We'll go like 1/4. There you go. So now you can hear. Well, it's not doing anything yet. There we go. Now it's sort of combining the effects, right? So bandpass is happening every single time. Actually, I'll take it off. And then loop is happening on 2 and 4. Decimate is happening on 3, and FM is happening on 4. Now you can stack these. So we can add another one on 5. We can say, let's do a, I don't know, delay on 5. That might be interesting. We'll add a delay. And this is also happening in concert with the MSEG, which is also interesting because these are on MSEG, right? So they're running, and this is happening here. So this is kind of interesting, right? However, with Infiltrator 2, you can only go forward, all right? So what happens if you want to like go in a different direction? Like what happens if you can actually, ooh, look at that. You can rotate it. That's kind of nice. Okay. What I realized was, well, you have this edit sequence, right? You have the sequence and you can have it go in different speeds. But what if I wanted to just like ping these effects in a random order? Well, enter Stepic, right? So what are we going to do here? Let's use the MIDI mode, which MIDI mode allows it. When I click MIDI here, you can see it goes C through A, right? So it gives us all the notes. What happens if we like add a sequence here and then start MIDI driving this whole thing? Check this out. So what we're going to do is we're going to take an instance of Stepic. I'm going to put Stepic below it, and I'm going to call this track Stepic. Let's call it Stepic. And then we'll call this Infiltrator. Okay. And on Stepic, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in fully random mode in chromatic. All right. Here's what I mean. So right now it's in chromatic, right? And it doesn't really matter. Infiltrator doesn't care what octave you're hitting, as long as you're hitting all the notes, right? So we're going to go ahead like this, and now we're going to keep it like that. Now we have all the notes in a chromatic octave. So it's C to C, basically. And if I put this in random mode, and then I put the length to like 1/8, right? Check this out. So if I hit play on Stepic, it's going to play. And you can see it's randomizing the position here. Cool. That's all we need, right? So now what we're going to say is on Stepic, I'm going to delete my production channel strip. So now what happens when I delete all the audio plugins from a MIDI track, you get a MIDI output right here. So I'm going to say, all right, MIDI output is going to go to Infiltrator. Now, where is it going to go? It's going to go to Infiltrator. Cool. So check it out. Now, let's go back to Infiltrator. Look. Stepic is now driving each of the effects in a random fashion. Isn't that cool? I mean, that's sick. That's like, I mean, you could do all kinds of stuff. Let's add another looper here. Let's add another loop. We'll keep this one off the MSEG, like this. There we go. Nice. All right. So, I mean, we're like in glitch heaven here. This is amazing. So let's go ahead. I have a rack here full of, let's go to Signs, user library. We're going to go Signs drum racks. I have this effects rack here. I'm going to put this on. And this has an instance of Automaton, an auto panner, microfills running on an LFO with Infiltrator. You feel me? This is where it gets really cool. All right, so now let's go ahead and we're going to add a kick rack right here. Let's go ahead and add a 4 on the floor and get our ambient dub techno on, if you know what I'm saying. All right, so let's go ahead and quarter notes. We'll go here, we'll go pick a kick drum. There we go. That's nice. Yes, indeed. All right, so we are off and running, right? So now we have a kick drum. We've got Infiltrator to do this thing, right? It's being driven by Stepic, and Stepic is in random mode. Okay, hitting all the chromatics, right? That sounded sick to me. I love that. Let's go ahead and add a synth, and we're just gonna get the mood started right here. All right. So let's go ahead and just build a classic ambient dub techno stab. So we're gonna go like this and just lower the amp envelope right here. Turn on the filter, make it 24. Increase the cutoff. A little drive, a little res, and then we're gonna make a filter envelope, and we're just gonna go like this and make it a little bit shorter, and go ahead and hit that there, and then yeah, all right, that's good. And then we'll go ahead and add some reverb, healthy dose of reverb, a little bit of delay, put it into the synth bus, and let it rip. All right. Good. Nice. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and add those notes in. I will draw those in like this. I like that. I like what we did there. So we'll go, okay. We'll go ahead and put this in scale mode. Scale notes. Perfect. There we go. Nice. And then we'll go quarter notes, and we'll go eighth notes. And then here's where our second one, this is the little trick that I learned. If you make that like 3 eighth notes, no, 3 eighth notes. And then you can do this. You can do, okay, this one right here, this one. Good. There we go. Make those 3 notes. Right? It plays really well off of the dotted eighth note delay because you're going 3/4 of a 3/4. Now check it out. Yes. Nice. Right? All right, cool. Now we're in business. Excellent. All right, cool. So you can hear like Infiltrator is super dope, right? But let's go ahead and make something like really ominous, right? Let's go ahead and add it to a pad because Infiltrator doesn't just do glitch percussion. Infiltrator 2 has a whole suite of spectral effects now, which make it like super powerful for like dark ambient stuff, and like it's wild. All right, so let's go ahead and add, say, a spectral waveform here, and we'll go ahead and nice. All right, we'll go ahead and add another oscillator and make this something simple. Let's make this like a sine wave. Lower the volume. We'll go ahead and FM this thing, as I've been doing a lot lately on the channel here. And then we'll go ahead and like there we go. Nice. And we'll go ahead and make this a pad. So we will up the attack to around 3 seconds, lower the sustain down, up the release to about the same, and up the decay, add a filter, and increase the cutoff, and there you go. All right, make a little envelope here. We'll make it 3 seconds. Make it around 3 seconds, lower the sustain all the way down, and there we go. Add this filter. All right, cool. We got that now. Now let's go ahead and add another instance of Infiltrator to our pad thing. And I'm gonna go preset dive in. There was a preset in here, some of this stuff, this ambient atmospheric stuff. Let's use Drones of Canada. Oh, end of the universe. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Wow. So you can see that there's no sequence going on here, but these are stacked. We have a, what is this? A delay going into a lo-fi reverb, a low pass filter. What is this? Just a gain, simple gain, and a high pass, right? You can really stack these things up. I mean, it's crazy. Oh my God, instant padness. Like that on our pad, right? Increase the cutoff there. And that's not much. I mean, that's just like a comb and a low pass. But think about it, like in the context of like ambient dub techno, that's kind of what you want, right? All right, that is so good. That is so good. I'm gonna increase that. There we go. All right, there we go. So one more thing I want to do just to kind of drive home the power of Infiltrator is I want to make my own preset to add to this pad. We've already created the pad. And let's go ahead, we're gonna initialize this. And so what we're gonna do is just take this existing pad, which sounds pretty good on its own, right? Little filter movement. We can add a little bit of wavetable movement here. Okay, this is sounding good. Right, I like this. It's a good pad. Maybe we'll add some effects here. There we go. Multi-bank compress it. Nice. All right, so your standard pad, right? But like, what could Infiltrator 2 do for us in this instance, just like it did with those presets? Let's try this out. All right, so let's go ahead and we're gonna add, let's just say, nice. Let's add a phaser here. All right, a nice slow phaser, if you will. All right, we're gonna slow this down like 4 bars. Okay, feedback. A little bit of spread here. Yes. Now we can have the spread on a macro and we can modulate that macro. There's all 4 macros up here. You can see that. So when I hit this pencil tool, you see how these light up like this? You can add spread here with that macro control. So I can come in here, say, all right, now we got this. The macro now controls the spread. So we can double click on. There we go. Nice. All right. So now that is, we can go ahead and draw in, just come to something subtle here. Go ahead and draw in a little bit of, yeah, there we go. Yep. Take the snap off. Nice. Oh yeah, so you got full control here, like just how you would imagine. It's like a dream, like you're designing MSEG, you're moving things around. Let's go add a filter here. We'll add like a band pass filter. Something that combs through, we can lower that down. I love that all the MSEGs can be different speeds. I mean, that's super powerful. So this is almost like a random sample of hold now. Think about that, underneath the dub techno. It's almost becoming musical in a way because the filter is now moving through this. I love that. Oh my gosh, that's so good. I got decimated here. Reverse. I'm thinking of all these other spectral ones here. Do a lo-fi. What's that gonna do for us? Oh my gosh. Randomize. Let's slow it down. modular compressor in here. Yes. That is so awesome. Oh my gosh. Just for like some randomness in the background, you know, like it's so powerful. Like there's really, I mean, the sky's the limit with this plugin, honestly. I love it. I love it. Oh, I'm addicted. Hold me back, hold me back. Oh, this is so good. There we go. I like that. All right, I will drive. There we go. Those beautiful reflections. Oh, that's so good. So you can see, like, honestly, we barely scratched the surface of this. Oh my gosh, dice a little bit. There we go. Slow this down. Perfect. But like, from glitch to techno to ambient, this plugin can do it all, literally. It'll add dimension to your pads. It will, like, it'll glitch out anything. And you can even add a glitcher to your pad. We didn't even put a loop here, look. Put a loop here. Right, it's gonna just glitch it out. You can put that on a sequence, add it to Stepic. Unbelievable. Oh my gosh. Let's go this real slow. Wow. Put that on an MSEG. Oh, stop it. Enough. Yes! Oh my gosh. Wow. That is crazy. We'll smooth that out. That is nuts. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm gonna stick a pin in this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Listen, if you want to get a hold of this plugin, do yourself a favor. The link is down below in the description. You can grab it with my link from Plugin Boutique. You will not be disappointed. This is, like I said in the intro, I'm surprised that I went so long without it. Honestly, it's so much fun. It's so powerful. And there's so much you can do with it. And especially all the cool additions they made in version 2. Like, super, super impressive. Go get it right now. Link is down below in the description. Grab it from Plugin Boutique. You won't be disappointed. If you want to learn more, as always, you can get exclusive content over on Patreon. I do tutorials like this every single week. I'm on Instagram. You know, like, we got stuff, we got Synphaera, we got our Synphaera Discord. If you want a whole like-minded group of individuals, we got a whole community over there. So check out the link down below in the description for our Discord as well. And yeah, stay tuned for more from the Science of Life universe. Oh my gosh, I'm playing the pad through the looper, through the FFT, through the comb filter. Infiltrator 2. Thank you guys again for watching. I appreciate your time and energy. And as always, keep your heads in the clouds and your feet planted firmly on the ground. My name is Chris from Science of Life. See you guys next time.